Hello, everybody. How you doing? It is time to get fired up with Krista Mashore. We are on fire with our real estate business and mortgage business. So I've got Tara Coyle today. She's actually right next door to me here in my area, very, very close to me. And welcome, Tara.
Oh, thank you. I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for having me on today, Krista.
I'm so excited. I'm going to tell you guys a story. So I remember Tara as she was sitting in my program back in, was it September?
September of last year.
September of last year. And I walked up to her and her partner and I said, you're going to do very, very well. I have a feeling you guys are going to crush it. I'm going to mark my words. I can just tell. And the reason I said that was because they were listening, they were writing down notes, they were super involved, they were positive, and I was like, you guys are going to crush it. Later, I found out that they thought I just said that to everyone, but the truth of the matter is that I didn't. So, Tara, tell us a little bit about your business. What's going on?
Yeah, so we are having just a killer year. We just to preface, my business partner and I are fairly new agents, so both only been agents for 18, 19 months. So when we entered Krista's program, we were very new, we were green, we didn't have a large book of business, and we knew that we really needed a foundation and a platform to build and grow and succeed in the coming years. So this year we're absolutely killing it. I just got into escrow on my 17th deal, and it is August 1st. So that's, phenomenal. We're almost on pace for our goal this year, and going to hit at least 15 million in sales. So pretty stoked to be where we're at.
Wow, that's amazing. So we're in the first week of August right now. So that means you've been in the program for 11 months. Prior to being in the program, tell me a little bit about your business.
Yeah, so prior to being in the program, we had 6 transactions. And that was combined between us. So very green, very new agents. And we were very much disenchanted with the common thought practice of, the only way to build our business would be to go knock on doors every Friday and cold call 200 people a week. And we kind of just knew that there had to be a better way. There had to be a better way to reach more people, to get our message in front of people, and to really scale up our business in a much more efficient manner.
Yeah, and you guys you just hired an assistant, correct?
We did. Super exciting. We just hired our first buyer's agent, which is really going to help us leverage the platform even more and continue to grow as we, focus more on building the business, getting more leads. We'll have somebody to help kind of shoulder the burden of, showings and things like that. So we're really excited.
Awesome. I'm so proud of you. I mean, you've got the fire in you, but more importantly, you are a master implementer. So I watched you mass implement like crazy from the very beginning. I remember you telling us a little story about, your phone ringing and the difference just from like month 1 in the program till month 4. Kind of tell me a little bit about that and tell me what exactly are you doing? What's working for you? As if I didn't know anything at all about what you were doing.
Yeah, we're pretty much doing everything in the program. So when it comes to, lead generation platforms, we're obviously heavily involved in digital media. I run a minimum of 2 Facebook ads every week, usually more. I have posts every single day on Facebook, Instagram. We post on LinkedIn. We post on Twitter. We do a lot of organic engagement as well. And, a lot of stuff in the community to kind of make sure that our name recognition hits all the different platforms that we need to, so that people, know, like, and trust us and are comfortable with who Coyle Verbene Real Estate are. And then, so, with the 2 ads a week, obviously lots of video content, lots of content creation across all the social media platforms. And then a couple months ago, we felt really good about our systems and routine. We had spent a lot of time, honing in on those. So we added Zillow leads into our program. And so we've been killing it with that. And I actually just doubled our Zillow budget last week. So now we're going to be getting about 100 leads a month in from Zillow. So super excited to continue to grow our business. Hopefully going to be hiring at least 1 more, if not 2 more buyer's agents to continue to leverage, build, and grow, and really strategically kind of set ourselves up for, continued growth and success.
So you told me a number. So your business this year from last year in percentage wise, how much has your business increased this year from last year?
500%.
500% from one year to the next as a new agent. That is incredible. Yep. So tell us, tell us about the experience. It's not easy.
No, it's definitely not easy. And I think it's something that it takes the right mindset. It takes the right, frame of mind. It absolutely takes commitment, right? And I think what's really been successful for both Lakota and myself is that we've looked at this from day one as a business. This isn't a hobby. It's not just a job. We are, entrepreneurs. We have entrepreneurial spirits, and it's a business. And so we approach everything within a business mindset and a business framework. And so we're very much structured and routine oriented. We put systems and processes in place, many of them, thank you to you, Krista, to really help us leverage, stay on track, stay organized, and to be able to manage the workflows so that we can continue to grow and evolve.
And I remember there's times when you guys were just like, it was hard. Right?
No, absolutely. It's super hard, right? I mean, when I first got into the program, I set a goal for myself, it was like the first 6 modules was supposed to be 6 weeks. And I was thinking, oh, heck no, I got to get through this because I need to start running ads, right? I mean, I need to get these leads flowing. I need to get my business moving. And so we were very, very diligent in implementing every single step of the program, working through all the modules. When a video comes out, we make sure that we shoot the script, right? We shoot it, we edit it, we get it out there. And so now it's great because we've been in so long that a lot of these tasks are very, they're root at this point. And so it's just very systematic. Okay, this is the day that I shoot my videos. This is the day that I edit my videos. This is the day that I post all of my content for the week. And now we actually have content posted weeks, if not months in advance. So it's very much just systematic and staying on top of everything. And then that allows us to really hone in on, right, servicing our clients, which is, how we make money.
So instead of working in your business, you're working on your business because
exactly.
you're being organized, you're detailed, you're systematic. There's a day for everything. And now you're scheduling content weeks and months ahead of time so you can focus more on lead gen. So You're turning a lot of leads.
Yeah, we are turning a lot of leads.
And you're closing them.
And we are closing them, which is awesome. So, and it's kind of one of those things that as you get better at the systems and the routines and the processes, as you implement the workflows more, as you get more comfortable with your scripts, right, all your conversion rates increase. And so it really just starts exponentially building upon itself. And then all of a sudden one day it's like, holy moly, the floodgates open. And you're like, I should have hired somebody 2 months ago to help me. So then you're kind of struggling with that. So we are very much forward thinking now, which is why I'm saying I'm already looking to hire my next buyer's agent because I know the next increase is coming.
Yeah, well, and the momentum, kind of talk about the momentum from, let's say month 1 to month 3 to month 9, because you're in month 11 now.
Month 11, yeah. I think the momentum takes a while to build up, right? So the first, I would say even for us, kind of timing was really kind of critical, right? We came in at the later part of last year, so we had to deal with holidays and seasonality and things like that. So took about 4 to 5 months momentum to really build up to start getting, a large influx of quality leads and to, have the systems and routines in place to really convert those folks. But now, man, momentum is through the roof. I mean, my phone rings constantly with new leads, with people wanting information on how to buy or sell a home, with people wanting, to meet with us to list properties and whatnot. So we really feel like we've got a very scalable model at this point. And we've got the back office systems and routines in place to, to continue to leverage that and grow.
So you're not cold calling, you're not door knocking, you're not doing any of that stuff.
Nope, I don't cold call and I don't door knock. I do still send out postcards. So We'll send out just solds. We'll do our farm areas because we very much want to be seen everywhere, right? Not just digitally, but print as well. But we don't do any of the traditional forms of building your business that would have been taught,
So you're
archaic ages, as I like to refer to it.
I love that. So you're utilizing the location domination strategy as well as the Facebook, social media, digital marketing strategy, both, correct?
Exactly. And we're also honing in, we're really trying to focus on our community presence, right? So you'll start to see, over the next coming months, lots of videos about, the community, really trying to build our name recognition there on top of what we've already been doing. So there's going to be a large focus on that for the location domination primarily.
Perfect. Talk to me about some of the community videos that you're doing. What are you doing exactly?
Well, our area is just growing like crazy. So it's a great opportunity to get information to people who aren't familiar with our area, or those that are residents that maybe aren't familiar with a lot of the growth that's going on. So different shopping areas are having a lot of new restaurants, new shops come in. So we'll be, highlighting those specific businesses. Folsom primarily has a ton of community events, a lot starting around in the fall in our area with apple orchards and things like that. So we'll be doing a lot of fun things to promote that. And then we're going to have a big community event centered around fall theme as well. So we'll just have all that stuff kind of coming so that people aren't just seeing us, selling them information about real estate, right? But also seeing us having a presence and an ownership of the community, because that's just as important as, selling homes.
Absolutely. So you guys are truly being community market leaders. Anytime anyone thinks about real estate or community related, they are thinking about you because they are seeing you everywhere.
Absolutely.
Kind of give me a little bit of an idea and understanding of prior to entering the program, your thought process along social media in conjunction with what it's like now. Like, what were you doing wrong, or what was different about it? What have you learned?
So I've always had a really good understanding of the presence and importance of social media. And I think a lot of that's from my previous career, which is, quite frankly, and I've told you this story before, Krista, why, it took one ad. I didn't even get all the way through the ad. 30, 45 seconds in, I'd signed up, I'd booked a call. I was ready to hand you my credit card. I knew that there was a better way than traditional cold calling and door knocking. So I was very familiar, very, very comfortable with all of that, very comfortable with video, advertising, content creation. But what I needed somebody to tell me, okay, this is how you do it for real estate. And this is kind of how you're going to structure your real estate ads. And this is the kind of information that you need to give, because I was a new real estate agent. So that's kind of where the knowledge and the expertise came from me. I didn't really have to have buy-in on why. It was just, I needed to know how.
Gotcha. And how, not only as far as what to produce, but also how to actually manage the ads, because it's
exactly. Yeah. Getting into the nitty gritty of the back end of the Facebook was, something that I knew there was a lot of value that I needed to learn and would be successful in, many, many years to come, and applicable across many industries.
Exactly. So tell me a little bit of how many people are you reaching? How many video views are you getting? How many hours of people watching your videos are you seeing based upon you properly utilizing the strategies and tools you've learned from the program to get your name out there?
Oh my goodness, so many. So if I look at just July, I hit over 100,000 in reach in July. So, I mean, and that's pretty, obviously my funnels and my targeting varies, based on what I'm doing every month. But that's, I would say, a pretty good indication of what we have going on. So about 100,000 in terms of reach. The video views really is dependent on how many listings. I've got a lot of listings right now. So I have a ton of video views and I have a lot of hours watched, which is awesome because this all kind of compounds on each other, right? The more listings I have, the more video views I have. My name is everywhere. People see my face, when I go into the grocery store, or, I have, for example, I have a new gardener come to my house to help with some landscaping, and he goes, "Hey, you're the lady I see all over Facebook." Which, for me, I'm like, yes. Keep watching my stuff. It's so exciting.
It's like, hey, it's working. They're seeing me.
Yes, exactly. It's right. It's that social proof that we're all looking for about, like, the process is working when you run into random people and they're looking at you and they're thinking, I know this person and I know how they know me, but it takes them a second to realize it. So
figure out how many listings do you have going right now?
I have 3.
Great. Gotcha. And you have ads going behind all of them, and you're doing full boogie.
Full bookie. Yep. We run ads on all of our listings, full funnels on them to drive more traffic, more leads. Even if that potential person who's been engaging with that ad, that might not be the right house for them, I want to pick up their information to, retarget them and find the right house that is for them
later on. So I remember one time you said, gosh, when I first started the program, like, people didn't want to talk to me and nobody would answer my call or call me back. Tell me a little bit about how that's changed.
Now people call me, which is great. I'm not having to hound people to get a hold of them or to get into contact with them. I feel like when somebody gives me their information now, they're genuine in their, desire to want to buy or sell a home. And so the conversations are very natural. They're very fluid. It's easy. I utilize a CRM software that makes it very simple in terms of knowing when and how to contact somebody and what method to do so. And so it's, it's very a routine systemized structure now of conversations with different folks, whether they're buyers or sellers. And it's really nice to have that that goodwill, right? That good rapport between people, to where, you know, I can pick up the phone and have a conversation with somebody, and they still might even be 6 months out, but they're genuine in their interest and desire to want to work with me.
And most people are 3, 6, 9 months out anyway. So that's why it's so important to continue to be seen on multiple platforms in the right way over and over again, because not everyone's ready to strike right now. So many agents are just going after, and lenders are going after the low hanging fruit. Who's ready right now? When really, I mean, the momentum between when you first started in month 3, month 6, and month 9, it's like, it just is huge because you've been doing it so consistently.
That's exactly right. And I think that's like such a great point and a good lesson for people to keep in mind, is like the things that we're doing today aren't necessarily for my business today. It's for my business 6 to 9 months from now. And as long as we continue to focus on that and stay positive and have the right mindset, right? Because I think a lot of times what happens is people get a lead wherever they get it from, an open house, a print ad, whatever. And that person maybe isn't ready right now. And if they don't have the processes in place to kind of keep track of that person over time, right? As we get more and more leads, all that compounds and they get kind of lost in the shuffle. So they're wasting leads that way, or mindset wise, they get disenchanted or disheartened that, hey, this isn't converting. But if you keep, you know, everything organized the way it should be, and you keep your mindset right, and you're aware that most people are 6, 9, 12 months out, I know that I'm fueling my pipeline today for my business down the road. And that pipeline is going to be more full and more full and more full as I continue to execute the program, which is really exciting, right? And that's why we use the term, you know, in our office of like, the floodgates have opened, right? And my dam's about to release another water chute, and I'm real excited about that. So
I love it. I remember you were about month 3 or 4 in, and I remember Lakota, like she called me crying, like, it just isn't working. I know it is, Krista, I'm positive, I know it's going to happen. And within a month, you guys were like, we're crushing it. We've done more business in the, you know, in the first, what was it, 4 or 5 months? We did all of last year already.
Yep.
It literally happened almost overnight because of the momentum, because you didn't give up, and now business is just rolling. And I mean, a 500% increase in a time where most people would say it's been one of the harder years. It's been a harder year than most because the market's kind of, you know, it's sort of stabilizing, and buyers are a little bit more nervous, and sellers aren't getting as much as they thought. So you're obviously not seeing that.
No, we're not. We're super excited. So I remember that conversation that Lakota had with you, and I would always, you know, kind of cheer her on and pump her up. And I would tell her, Lakota, if you believe it, they will come. I promise you they will come. And I kept telling her the floodgates are going to open, the floodgates are going to open. And then we were looking at our first quarter of this year, of 2019, 6 transactions in quarter 1, in a time period where for most people, quite frankly, they're not doing a whole lot of business, because in our area, as I'm sure is similar to yours, Krista, it's like, you know, things don't really start happening until kind of the April-ish timeframe, when people are starting to think about, okay, let me get my house on the market for summer, because I want to make that transition by the school time. So we are very cyclical in our market, and to have such a large, you know, to have 6 transactions in the first quarter, which is what we did the whole year prior to joining with you, it was just phenomenal. It was really exciting. And, you know, we've been really blessed to be in now transaction number 17, 8 months into the year, in a market that is normalizing in our area. I mean, I don't necessarily think we're going to see a downturn, but things are normalizing, which is good.
Yeah, it is good. It is good. And it's time too. It's time.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give to somebody who's watching this, and, you know, maybe they're struggling, or maybe they're a newer agent like you are, or maybe they're an agent who's been doing it for a long time, but maybe doesn't have the tools and strategies that they might need for this relevant 21st century age? What would your advice be?
I think it would be to get on board. Change your mindset, right? So get excited about the program, get excited about the opportunity to learn and to grow, and to really provide yourself with the foundation for what is the advertising of the future. And I really think that if you can kind of dive in and really, like, you know, set yourself up that, you know, I believe wholeheartedly in this, and commit yourself to learning, that it will absolutely be a positive experience for your business. There is absolutely no way that somebody can implement this program and not receive value. And the value is even so much more than just learning how to do the ads, right? It's in the knowledge and the expertise of the community, and the relationships that we build, and the advice and the mentorship that comes, you know, from the entire group is worth the investment itself. So
yeah, I love it. I've just seen you guys grow so much. So talk to me a little bit about, you know, your business, your mindset, you know, before, and in regards to how it is now? What has changed for you?
Oh God, business and mindset. I don't know. That one's tough because I feel like what I said is we always approach this as a business, right? So I think we might be a little bit of an anomaly. Both my business partner and I, we have entrepreneurial backgrounds, right? So we knew to approach it this way. But I think in terms of mindset, it's all about, right, like, staying positive, right? Doing your daily affirmations, you having your daily gratitude, and really keeping in check mentally, your appreciation for where you're at and where you're headed. And I think coming, into this with that mindset, it kind of helps you get through some of the learning curves and the bumps of it is a process, and it can be overwhelming because there is a lot of material to learn. And for some people, it might be very difficult, whether it's, the technology aspect is difficult, or getting comfortable in front of the camera might be difficult, or it could be a time management thing that could be a barrier, right? Whatever your particular barrier is, the more positive your mindset is, and the more appreciative and grateful you are for the opportunity, I feel like the more likely you are to overcome those barriers.
Such great advice, because you get what you focus on. If you focus on, oh my gosh, it's hard, it's not working, you're going to get, energy goes where focus flows, right? Or is it reverse? Yeah, energy goes where focus flows. So yeah, you want to focus on the right thing.
Absolutely.
I just love watching you succeed. And I was not kidding when I walked up to you and said, you guys are going to crush it, because you had a great mindset. You were sitting at the summit ready to learn. You were taking notes. You were positive. And you guys, you could just tell that you believed in the process. You believed what was happening, and there was no stopping you. How can somebody, where does that come from? I mean, can you give, the advice to somebody who's watching this? It's like, oh man, where does that come from?
Oh, I think it comes from a couple places. So I think one is like belief in yourself, right? Know your value, know your worth. It doesn't matter if you're a brand new agent or if you've been in the business 30 years, right? If you know your value, you know your worth, you know that you can master and implement anything, right? So that's number one. And I think drive and desire, right? You have to, if you want to be at the top, if you want to be a top producer, you have to be willing to put in the work to get there, right? And some of that comes with obviously learning and implementing the program, believing in yourself, having the, the internal strength to acknowledge your faults and your weaknesses and change your mindset so that you can, kind of course correct and get past those.
So how do you course correct when it was, you were a little down, you didn't see it, hitting right away? What would your advice be to anyone listening?
I think just keep the faith, right? Keep the faith. So we would, we struggled in those first 4 or 5 months when, it hadn't clicked yet. The floodgates didn't open, and we really struggled with that, and it was hard. And so I really just kind of hate to say I preached, but I preached of, it will happen. I believe it will happen. It will happen. And I literally would say every day, if you believe it, they will come. They will come. They will come. And guess what? They came, and they're still coming, and they're about to come even more. And it's just really exciting. So I think belief and mindset really is everything. But you have to own it to be able to have that. You have to put forth the effort.
And you've been so consistent. I mean, even when consistency has been huge. Talk a little bit about your belief in consistency and how that's really helped your business.
I think consistency is everything, right? I mean, in this business and life and family relationships, whatever it is, you have to be consistent, right? You have to set a target. You have to set a plan to get there, and, make sure that you're doing the daily items that you need to do to kind of check the boxes to get there, because things don't just happen because you wish them to or want them to, right? It takes hard work and perseverance gets us there. And, I've been fortunate in my professional and athletic background to kind of have that instilled and ingrained in me. But if you're somebody who hasn't, doesn't necessarily have that as a background, I think you really it's all about commitment, right? Consistency and commitment. And if you're lacking in that, there are a lot of things that you can do that you can be taught through the program in terms of checklists and, to-do calendars and things like that can help you stay on track. But you have to commit to it, right? I mean, that starts with you and your own ownership and your own belief and desire to want to be there. If you make a commitment, you need to do the things that are necessary to do in order to get there. And if you do those things, you will succeed.
You agreed. Okay, again, and mindset, consistency, belief, not giving up when it gets hard, surrounding yourself with a great support system, and just having that strong desire to want to do what's right. What would if you could give anybody any kind of advice in our, or final thoughts, what would they be?
Oh my gosh, if you're on the fence about doing this program, you need to do it, right? So, I cannot recommend it enough. The personal growth, the mindset, obviously the real estate acumen and knowledge, the tools, the resources, learning how to do the video ads and the digital marketing, the content, all of that's so worth it. So I would just encourage anybody who's thinking about it on the fence, jump in, dive in, stay committed, trust the process. Probably as well. Absolutely trust the process. So even when the road gets rocky and tough, it will happen.
What if they're worried? Oh, Krista seems like a fake. I don't know if I can believe her. What's your advice on that?
Way too many people are on these podcasts, praising you for you to be a fake. So that's absolutely nothing to be worried about. And I think there's what episode number am I? Got to be 30.
But it's just scary for people because they're being told by so many different people to do different things. There's a lot of, teachers out there teaching and coaching, and it doesn't really work for a lot of people. And so, it's scary. It's a big investment. But it's an investment in yourself and your life. And so I truly believe in anything. In order to succeed, you've got to invest in yourself. You've got to trust yourself. You've got to get out of that comfort zone, and you've got to, just go for it. And not everyone's as we are to do that. So I love
and I think to your point, Krista, about there being so many other coaching programs, it's like, yes, that's absolutely true. But why don't you analyze the way that they're telling you to grow your business, right? When I go on my phone and I'm scrolling through my Facebook, or even if I'm on Google, what am I seeing? I'm seeing different forms of ads pop up. Right. And those are all things, content, right? Because I've been cookied and I've been pixeled, and they know that I like that pair of shoes at the Nordstrom's anniversary sale. And everywhere I go, that freaking pair of shoes is all over my digital platforms. Right. And so if you're uncertain as to the methodology that Krista's teaching, well, let's look at the style and what's actually going on in your day-to-day life. And we're all into technology. We've got iPads, we've got iPhones, we're on the computer. Trust that works. And I think that there's too many success stories for it not to work. And I think there's too much authenticity, Krista, in how you carry yourself and what you present, and all the folks that are, so grateful to have been in this program and to be, growing and succeeding, and kind of praising you and the program for anybody to be hesitant or thinking that you're not the real deal.
Yeah, well, but you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So I will say, you were drinking that water, girl.
I'm all into the Kool-Aid.
Day one.
I got a lifetime subscription of the Kool-Aid.
Oh, I love it. We love having you. We appreciate you. You're so supportive. And, just know that when you join our community, you get our community. And part of what has helped us be so successful is the fact that we have a support system when you're having a hard day, or you're feeling down, or you need someone to say, you keep going and don't stop. And we lack that in real estate so much. And within our community, it's just so, we care about each other. So it's just such a nice thing. And I want to support you and commend you for being such of a great leader within the program at so early into your real estate career at 17 months. And I know that you've been being recognized quite a bit in the industry where you're at as well. Is that correct?
I think, yeah. I mean, we're getting some notoriety, I think, for our attraction and how quickly we're building our business. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, I get that, on the weekly. We get people calling us all the time, wanting us to join their team. They want what we're doing. They want to know how we're doing it. Everybody's, they're curious. What are you guys doing? Because everybody can see the success, and they can see that it's working. And I think they know that I'm not out there knocking doors every Friday.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I appreciate you so much, Tara. You've been amazing. Look her up, everyone. Tara, give them, if they want to find you, where do they find you?
Tara Coyle, you can go to our website, coyleandverbene.com, and look us up on Facebook as well. So we're so thankful and grateful for this opportunity. Thanks for having me on your show, Krista. I'm so grateful, and I'm so supportive of you and your program. So if anybody has any questions, please reach out to me. I'm happy to share my experience with you on a more personal level.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Anyways, everyone, you've heard from Tara. She's doing well. Learning is great, but without implementation, it goes nowhere. And as always, when you do it, you love people, love what you do, and make it a great home selling and buying day. And I will see you guys on the next show. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you. Take it easy. Thanks so much for watching my video. You can learn more about how to be a successful real estate professional by watching other videos that I have. And be sure to subscribe to my channel. And as always, make it a great home selling and buying day.